Just 2 hours ago, Allied air forces began an attack on military targets in Iraq and Kuwait.
January 16th, 1991, we are a nation at war. 11 days later, our attention would temporarily shift to football.
Over the middle, caught by Ingram.
Super Bowl XXV was a sea of red, white, and blue, from the fans in the Tampa stands to the larger-than-life athletes on the field. This iconic classic gave us Whitney Houston's goosebump-inducing national anthem, followed by the most famous missed kick in the game's history.
No good. Wide right.
Moments that place this silver edition of the Super Bowl among the greatest of all time. But dare I say, it could have been better with an infusion of some black and yellow. And no, I'm not talking about the Steelers. I'm talking about a super dope homeboy from the Oaktown. It seems we could have had a Hammertime Halftime in 1991 if we were willing to change the channel. Regardless, just the idea of such a spectacle would be the spark to change the course of the Super Bowl Halftime Show forever. But to fully understand this story, we have to jump ahead a year to Super Bowl XXVI. Trust me, it'll all make sense. Just give me a moment so I can
break it down.
That said, Time Warp, take us back to 1992. Super Bowl XXVI, Bills, Redskins, Minneapolis, Minnesota, and a halftime show called
It's Winter Magic.
Winter Magic, featuring local talent and a medley of hits by Gloria Estefan. But this was anything but magical, as more than 20 million people switched from the CBS broadcast at halftime to watch the colorful competition over on Fox.
But I'd be a lot more entertained if they were playing with the Oilers and Packers. That's a thought.
Yeah, this was the year In Living Color aired its live halftime party, complete with timer in the bottom corner of the screen, so you knew when to switch back to the second half of the big game. So successful, it would give birth to the modern Super Bowl halftime show as we've come to know it, with the NFL tapping Michael Jackson to perform the next year. Yeah, I don't care how funny Jim Carrey was, no one was going to change the channel on the King of Pop. Sifting through old 1992 New York Times articles, because that's how I spend my free time, I stumbled upon one in the business section, tucked between ads for Nickelodeon and Modern Maturity magazine, about a then 41-year-old man named Jay Coleman and his work pioneering entertainment marketing. That's the art of selling product by exploiting our fascination with celebrities. Remember when Pepsi and Michael Jackson teamed up? Yeah, that was Coleman's doing.
You're the Pepsi generation.
The article then goes on to talk about Coleman's role in another major marketing splash, In Living Color's halftime show. Turns out this wasn't the first time such a stunt was proposed. Coleman's brilliant plan was based on an idea he had a year prior for Super Bowl XXV called, you guessed it, Hammertime Halftime. It would have featured a live performance by MC Hammer on Fox, sponsored by Pepsi. So why didn't it happen? Well, the article only mentions time constraints and the Persian Gulf crisis, which, quote, scotched the idea.
I can give you
My friends, we had to settle for Disney characters and New Kids on the Block in 1991, when we could have had a heavy dose of You Can't Touch This, which would have certainly served as a subtle message to our opponents overseas. Maybe we'd even get a rendition of This Is What We Do from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. And while our armed forces were no doubt too legit to quit, unfortunately that banger wouldn't be released for another 10 months. Instead of performing on Fox, Hammer was at Super Bowl XXV as part of ABC's pregame show. Yeah, that's Deion Sanders dancing next to him. This might explain the time constraints that the article mentioned. So, would you have changed the channel to watch MC Hammer at halftime? Or, like my little sister Bernadette, were you more than happy to gaze starry-eyed at the New Kids on the Block? And do you think Hammer deserves a true halftime performance at the Super Bowl? Can you believe it's never happened? I demand justice for Hammer. Who's going to start the petition? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this super bit of early 90s little-known knowledge, do me a favor and help this video reach more Hammer fans by giving it a like and subscribe for more content that'll take you back to the good old days. If you want more 90s right now, you'll definitely get a kick out of this one. I'm Jimmy Gaddis. I'll see you next time.